Your wallet's about to get f***ed up. Well, it's your cheery friends at Gastlecast talking about tariffs again. If you haven't heard enough about tariffs, you're about to hear a little bit more about tariffs. So one big reason why Heather and I are so concerned about tariffs is because we actually own a very small independent toy company right here in the state of Maryland called Mischief Toys. And you should check out Mischief Toys because we have a brand new figure going up tomorrow for Earth Day. It is Grassley.
You broke my character! I want to talk about Grassley, but I had a really dumb looking smile on.
You always do. Nothing's changed.
Wow.
Go and get your Grassley tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern on MischiefToys.com.
Stop! Let me show him what it looks like. This is our very first flocked figure that we've ever done, and this happened thanks to our son Max. A few years ago, he was in the back seat of the car.
You're not going to tell the whole story,
Yes,
are you?
I am.
Well, I mean, I've already released all this.
I understand. He was in the back seat of the car, and we were talking, and he said, you know what would be cool? If you guys did a Grassley, and it was a Gastly that looked like grass. And we were like, how would you do that? He's like, make it flocked and green. And we were like, okay. And we told him it would never happen, but guess what? We made it happen. And guess what else? We surprised him with it. And guess what else? He loves it. And you're gonna love it too. So make sure you go to MischiefToys.com tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's lunchtime, okay? Get yours. It's limited to just 305 pieces. And not only that, we have two really great pins. We have Grassley, limited to 110 pieces, and we have Weed Monstro, who is Grassley's villain. And that's limited to 140 pieces. And guess what else? We're doing another thing we've never done before. We're doing pin bundles, but you get one or the other and you don't know about it till you get it. So go to MischiefToys.com tomorrow and grab yours.
They're tariffing my butthole apart.
They're tariffing up my heart when I'm with you.
They're terrifying.
They're certainly not tariff-ic.
Tariffs. Our very favorite thing to talk about right here on the channel, and I'm sure it's your favorite thing to talk about as well.
No, actually, it's my least favorite thing to talk about because guess what? It's causing me so much stress right now. I can hardly sleep at night. I don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. Some things that we've ordered from our manufacturer have had tariffs, and other things we have ordered from our manufacturer have not been tariffed. What is happening? Why are only certain things being tariffed? I thought it was everything, but then apparently not cell phones. But we don't sell cell phones. I'm confused. I don't like it. No one can give me a straight answer. It's stupid.
After all that, did you also want to jump out of a car that's moving?
Did you know that China produces 90% of the global toys? I think it's like 70% in the US. Is it 70%?
Oh, for Christ's sake, can't you just have the stats ready?
77% of the US.
Holy ball bags.
Okay, hold on. 77 to 80%. Hold on. Over 70% of the global market. The country's toy exports reached 33.70 billion in 2016. China is considered the world's largest toy manufacturer and exporter, with many companies operating as original equipment manufacturers for brands sold globally. I said sold really weird. I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about tariffs and how we have no idea what the f*** is going on.
I think I already did that. Like, I covered it.
So our beautiful brand new marketing person has been working with us for Mischief Toys. He used to work for a company that you may or may not know. And just let me know if you know this company or not, okay, Heather? Mm-hmm. They're called Lego. Do you know them?
Yeah, I know of them. I have quite a few products from them. I don't know if our audience knows about them, but if they don't, they should Google it.
We build a lot of Legos around here. We love Legos.
We do. A lot. Like, a lot.
You can never be too old for Legos.
Nope. Especially since, like, he's building them. Like, you know there is no age limit. Actually,
you can be too old to build a Duplo, though.
I think that the age limit on Lego is, like, 99. So, like,
wow.
Yeah, what happens on your 100th birthday? What if you touch Legos when you're 100?
Do you expect to be alive at 100?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, what if there's a Lego builder that's 100 and they want to build Legos, but they can't anymore? Like, do they go up in flames? Does the Lego set go up in flames? I don't know.
What if you're building your Lego and you're halfway through it and your birthday's tomorrow, you turn 100, and then you die, and it doesn't matter?
You can't die when you're building a Lego set. No one's going to finish it for you. I'd finish yours.
Would you?
Yeah.
That is really sweet. I would not finish yours. I would take it and throw it on the floor and then stomp on it 3 times.
Why would you do that?
So our marketing friend talked to his old pals over at Lego to ask them what they know about the tariffs. What's the tariff situation, bro? He put his hat on backwards, so he acted like one of the young, hip Lego kids. He said, hey, what's going on with them Legos, brah?
Yeah, what's the sitch? If you don't tell me, I'm going to crash out.
And then he quickly said, chicken jockey, because all the young kids know that. And the response from Lego, let me turn my Lego hat back around. Ah! Oh my God, what was that? Something happened to my hat. It looks like a little knife.
You probably sharded on it.
Oh God. Anyway.
What did Lego say?
Lego said they have no idea what's going on with the tariffs.
And you know what he replied? He said, no cap? And they were like, no cap.
So not even Lego understands what's going on with tariffs, and that's kind of where we are. However, we do read Google News every single day, and Google News will say, hey, today the tariffs on China are 145%. And then the next day you're like, oh, 145% is pretty high. And then you see it, and it's now 200% now. And you're like, oh, wow, 200%, that's pretty crazy. And then the next day, 215%. And you're like, shit, 250%, that's a lot. That's a lot of percent. The day after that, it's 245%. And that's where we are right now. We're at 245%. What do you do with 245%? I will tell you what you do. You go bankrupt. It shuts down a little company like Mischief Toys. That's what happens. You just get cut right the off. There's no coming back from that, Heather. It just sinks your little battleship.
Yep. Can you understand why we're not sleeping?
We really do not understand how tariffs are going to affect us. Now, if you've been following this lovely channel, and if you're not, you are a monster, and there has to be something done about you. We've been hit by a tariff for our cloth bags. We have not been hit by our toys. We have not been hit by pins or anything else of that nature in terms of Mischief Toys. So we're not entirely sure what will hit us next. And right now we are waiting on figures. And I cannot wait to see when those figures come in, what we're going to be looking at in terms of tariffs, if there are any tariffs at all. And I've gone on the Tariff website. I looked up our little codes that our little toys fall under, and I can't really find any numbers that make any sense or things that I understand showing that we will be affected by tariffs. And that's what brings us to the point of this video, because I am really not understanding what's going on. And now I feel like I need to reach out to a couple of toy companies, i.e. Entertainment Earth. That's how Will Smith says it in Independence Day, aka ID4. Why the fuck did they call it ID4? They only made an ID2. The Independence Day was the film, and then they put a 4 behind it. Why'd they put a... Because of 4th of July? Is that what we're doing? We're putting a 4 behind it?
You said there was an ID2, there wasn't.
There was an
4.
ID2, but there was an Independence Day 2, Part 2, but it was called Resurgence, and it wasn't very good. It was kind of weird. Okay. But it wasn't called ID2.
Okay, so before we talk about Entertainment Earth, I want to talk about the tariffs that hit our bags. These bags that we're talking about are bags that we give away for free to people who attend conventions and purchase our items. They are not an inexpensive item to produce because they charge you an arm and a leg just to give you like the print fee. So it's basically like they're setting up to print the specific thing onto your bags. So you have to pay a very hefty sum of money per print. So like we ordered 2 separate bags and we had to pay that fee twice because it's 2 separate prints. Then you have to pay for the bags, which also is not inexpensive. People always have this thought in their head that anything in China is incredibly inexpensive and it's like pennies on the dollar. No, that is not the case. We feel that bags are very important to give to people when they attend these conventions. Otherwise, they're juggling all their things. Unfortunately, we got hit by the tariffs. Now, because the bags are not inexpensive, the 20%, okay? It was 20% at the time. It wasn't 100%, 145%, or even higher than that. It was only 20%. I wanted to cry.
You did cry.
Okay, I did cry. I was trying not to seem like a baby in front of our audience, but yes, I did cry. I did cry. It was a lot. A lot of people spend less on rent than we spent on the 20% tariffs. It was obscene, and it was just bags. So if we're being hit that hard on something that is less money to manufacture than our toys, how are we going to do it if it hits our toys like that?
We're
at
just
200+%.
We're going to send them products back to China, Heather. That's what we're going to do. Put them on the slow boat back to China because we would not be able to afford it.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scream.
I would rather swallow the shipping costs instead of the tariff costs. That will be our only option. Otherwise, we're done. That's it. Mischief Toys is over. And how are other businesses doing it? I don't know. But here is what Entertainment Earth is saying. Dear valued EE customers, I want to update you on the current environment, specifically related to new tariff policy and impact it is having on our business and our pricing. So they know something that we do not know. And we've asked a lot of people, we've talked to a lot of people, so I don't know if they're getting information and they have somebody like some sort of agent that covers all this for them.
Or they could be guessing just like the rest of us are.
Maybe that's what it is. I think a lot of people are getting prepared for something that isn't hitting yet. And I don't know if it's ever going to hit. Like there's something about all of what's going on with the tariffs that almost feels like it's not real. Because I know it's really being used as a scare tactic, but it's only hitting certain products. And is it going to hit our products? Is it going to hit Entertainment Earth? Based off of this, it seems like it is. Since February, the Entertainment Earth team has been working as hard as possible with our vendor partners and internally to absorb as much cost impact as possible. Now, if you were talking about 245%, which is going to be applied to some items, right? Not everything. We're only talking about some items. Maybe not toys. So maybe toys only get 10%. But I don't know that.
It said everything's impacted.
Well,
so
it doesn't. No. It says some, but that's the confusion. It says some. Unfortunately, we cannot absorb all the costs of the increases tariffs, particularly on products coming from China. Additionally, the current situation preventing many retailers, ourselves included, from importing products from China, which will impact timing of product receipt. From importing product. So where are they going to import it from then? It must be. What's going on here?
What it sounds like is they're putting Chinese imports on pause for now to see how the situation unfolds.
Entertainment Earth was built by fans with the singular purpose of bringing pop culture joy to all of you. As fans and collectors ourselves, it truly pains us both personally and professionally not be able to deliver amazing collector products from so many terrific partners at prices that meet your and our expectations. Please know we continue to advocate for improved pricing for all possible partners, that we continue to tighten our belt as much as possible to serve you, and that if we see positive changes that can lower price, we'll pass them on. And they're thanking for his support. So it says, few things to know. You will be receiving information in the coming days on price increases and or delays based on cost increases from vendors and or tariffs. So I guess that means if you have something on pre-order and it might go up. So they're going to keep you up to date. To protect you and your purchases, you will be able to adjust your orders without penalty, as we understand the new cost may impact your ability to desire for these products. So if it's too expensive, do you still want it? That's what they're saying there. If the environment changes and we have the opportunity to reduce prices, we have every intention to do so based on positive changes in the cost structure of our toys. Our goal is to support you in building and growing your collection. So with that right there tells me that this is all unknown to them. I don't think they even know.
No.
Based off what I'm reading. I don't think anybody knows.
I think what's happening right now is they're getting a lot of questions.
Yes.
And it's likely clogging up customer service. Obviously, you have to take care of all matters, right? You have to respond to every customer. But they're probably receiving a ton of questions about, hey, pre-orders, hey, what's up with the tariffs? So they felt the need to send out a blanketed statement, even if they don't quite know.
Yeah, because no one knows. That's the problem. And if Lego doesn't know, truly no one in the toy community knows. And we've actually had some folks email us, and they're in different businesses. There is one person who emailed me a lot of information, a lot of helpful information, but it's not in the realm of toys. And they've been hit by tariffs already.
Yeah, but they don't even import from China.
Right.
Either. So like they're getting affected from tariffs from another area of the world too.
Exactly. But it looks like most of the areas of the world right now, I think the president gave like 90 days, like a pause. So there's a 9-day pause on like everybody but China. That's who we directly order from, and that's who Entertainment Earth is talking about here, and a lot of other toy companies. Now, here's the bottom line. Manufacturing facilities cannot be built here in the United States fast enough in order to produce these products. Not only that, they need the materials, which is also located in China, in order to make these things that we're talking about. So we don't have all of that here.
Yeah, even if they were to make these factories, the cost would be astronomical because they have to import the materials to make the factories. Now, one thing I would really like to note, because someone got like sort of shitty on another tariff video. They were like, you guys are talking about toys. There's much more important things to worry about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're talking about toys because it is going to potentially impact the community as a whole, and that's what this channel focuses on.
That's what our community is, and that's what our toy business is. So if somebody's going to come on here and say, well, they can make more important things, what are you talking about, something stupid like a toy? That's what we talk about. What the fuck? Somebody actually said that?
Yes.
Do not watch our channel anymore. I'm telling you, please, just do not watch the channel because you are obviously making absolutely no sense. They are out of their mind. If they're coming here telling us that they can make something better, why not focus on something better? We talk about toys here.
Okay, so here's the thing. We are fully aware that other, much more important things than collectibles will be impacted.
That person is unhinged.
Because we are a collectible channel, that is what we will talk about here. We don't want to get into other topics because, one, we don't cover other topics really.
And we also don't get into politics.
Two,
we don't know enough about politics to get into it.
Two, I would get even more angry if we talked about that. I would probably scream if we talked about the other things. I don't want you screaming, Heather.
I heard you. You sound like a banshee when you scream, and I don't like it. It's not fun. It will impact the toy community if there really is a tariff impact. We don't know what the impact is. No one's saying anything to us. We haven't seen anything yet. A lot of these other companies haven't seen anything yet. Lego obviously doesn't know anything about it from as far as we understand it. If you have real information about how toy companies are going to be affected in regards to China, we want to know. We want more information. If you have good resources, please share them with us. We check the news. I know I do. I don't know how much you do, but I check the news every single day because I want to find out something new. And at this point, it's like, I think I read an article today. It says something like, will the tariffs be any better in 2028? So there are people right now doing research to find out what this will lead to. What's 2028 look like?
Is the Earth even still going to be here when it's 2028? Because this shit's crazy.
And so I'm glad that Entertainment Earth has come out to say something about it. Haven't seen much from others, although I know a lot of us in the independent toy community are talking about it behind the scenes, trying to navigate and figure out what our next move is. And if you were to say, well, Chris, you guys should move your manufacturing to another country. Well, we've sunk thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars into the manufacturer that we work with now. And then if you say, hey, Chris, why don't you manufacture in America? There is no way to manufacture in America. We've looked.
Anytime you contact somebody, I think I found 2 places that will manufacture and they are located within the US. Guess what? I've reached out to them. I say, where do you manufacture? China.
Boom.
They basically handle everything that I handle. They talk to the manufacturer, they pass them the information, they sort of coordinate with the manufacturer, but it's manufactured in China. You cannot manufacture toys in the US unless you're doing like resin or something and you do it yourself.
So there's your answer, collector community, and that's the bottom line to all this is that if we are really affected by this, then you're going to be affected across the board with all the collectibles that you know and love. Funko, Hasbro, Lego, you name them. They're all manufacturing in China in some way, shape, or form, and we will see those effects sooner rather than later if the effects actually do take place. We'll find out more when our new shipments come in, and we'll discuss it more then. Because this is going to be a heavy impact if it does settle in.
We have a shipment coming like June, and I'm very concerned. Like, I might have to empty the savings if we get hit with over 200% in tariffs.
We're going to be living out of the back of our cars and the streets.
I know you're making a joke, but like, this is real.
Oh, I know it's real, but I'm hoping the streets are ready. When we're on the streets...
What are you
Let me put the hat on you.
Don't mess with my glasses.
We roll... Ow. We roll hard. Streets ain't ready for us, bro.
I am really frustrated that you're making jokes about such a serious topic.
Ah! Did I tell you I'm hurting?
Good.
Here in a minute, if there's blood, I'll be squirting. Hurting and squirting.
What?
So what do you think about this whole tariff situation? Do you think it's going to finally settle in and you're going to see collectibles going away at a crazy rate? Then we're all going to be buying secondhand all the time because the collectible market is in shambles. I'm a little concerned about this.
I'm very concerned about this.
We want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Queen of the Spuds, Michelle D, Chris Restivo, Deuce, Chavo, Hassan E, Justin and Stacey McKenzie, Sean Neal, Craig Matthews, and Mac the Ball. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock so hard. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. We just had our April Patreon call, and it was amazing. We did all of our giveaways. We gave away all sorts of cool stuff like NFT Funko Pops. We gave away an Uncle Sam Ghastly figure that's signed, and much, much more. It was so fun. So check out patreon.com/Gastlecast for more. We also showed an upcoming Guar Mischief Toys shirt and an upcoming zombie figure that will be at Living Dead Weekend. It's sick. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content, and you certainly don't want to miss our lives every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang with us. All right, that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.